What's up, world? This is We Need a Fifth. This your man Mo. Got my man Hill in the building.
Rough time.
Got my man P in the building.
What up? What's up, fellas?
Be back in the building.
Back in the studio.
Yeah, we're back in the studio. And it's game one. Game one is in the books. Boston Celtics. I think it's safe to say they jumped on the Dallas Mavericks and didn't let that bad boy go and handily defeated them game one. I believe it was a 20-point victory. 106-89, I believe. Something like that.
Plus 15, whatever it was.
Comfortable win.
What did Boston get right? In game one. I want to start with Boston and start with the positive and whatnot before we get to Dallas, because I know all of us got a little, when we saw that game. I don't know about you guys. I was because I picked Dallas to win, and this doesn't look.
It's only
really
one
good.
game. It's only one game. What they get right?
Yeah. What did Boston get right in this one game?
I say for one, the Jaylen Brown train Pors left the station early on defense and offense. I mean, it led to a couple of early steals. It set the tone. I think Boston's a better team when they're more defensive oriented than offensive oriented. I think it leads to them having, a better array of shots. And then, of course, you get the early bump from Kristaps. Just him. I thought his presence alone would lift him up, but he gave him a spark with offense. So
yeah,
that's what I got.
I'm just saying, coming off the bench, I thought they was trying to do some Willis Reed, here comes Porzingis type of deal. But no, he played.
Yeah.
Anyone knows the legend of the Willis Reed game? I think he scored 4. Yeah. So it's more like an emotional boost.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to the great Willis Reed.
Right.
Those were the numbers. Porzingis is, that's probably the best I've ever seen him play. At least in that quarter,
that
right?
Was crazy. That was
in
definitely
that first
crazy.
quarter, I think he had 11 points in like 7 minutes.
19 for the half, something like that.
So I feel like they were just working with house money. Like, okay, Porzingis, you gave us more than what we thought. So, okay, the rest of the team, just take it home.
I don't know about you guys, but I know when I was watching Boston play, the game in the first half, it felt like, especially once Porzingis was in the game, that they just felt like they were playing bigger than Dallas. You know what I mean? And they always got those mismatch of, hey, whatchamacallit, Kyrie on Porzingis at times, or Derek Jones on Porzingis. And it's just like, even when Lively was matched up to Porzingis, it just seemed like they weren't big enough to deal with him, and then his athleticism even pushed that over the top. It just seemed like, at that time, it felt like Dallas was really small at that point.
Well, at 7'3", this is what we've been harping on for, I don't know, the longest. He's the tallest guy on the court. Yeah. So he's always going to have the height matchup. So when he gets the ball in the mid post, everyone's fooled. I mean, you could make it uncomfortable for him, but at the end of the day, if he gets a chance to raise up, it's lights out.
Unlike Cat. You know what I'm saying? So, to Pete's point and your point, there was times it looked like Porzingis all the time when he was shooting from threes, like he was shooting down. That's how tall he is. But when he was making cuts to the paint, it wasn't a push-out pass to Anthony Edwards. It's, I'm this tall. I'm going to turn around on Kyrie. I'm going to turn around on Gafford because I'm in the paint. And he's, like you said, he just makes it tougher. Like he would adjust his shot in midair and maybe get an and one, but he's 7'3". So he took advantage of every time he had the ball down low. Kristaps is smart. And also Drew. It's a big difference having him on that team. For some odd reason, he's able to post 6'7" to 7 foot people down in the paint.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
I think we're all Drew Holiday fans. I think he's just good. He's just a good all around basketball player. He might not do anything great except on ball defense. I think he's great at, but he's just a good basketball player. I think you could plug him on any team and he helps your team. As we saw with Milwaukee, now we're seeing with Boston.
And even Al Horford had a pretty decent game.
Al's gonna be out. I think you're gonna get that. I think he's clutch in these situations.
Yeah. This again, I think this is his probably best he's played, and I think he sees like this might be it. You know what I mean? He has had a long, good career, but who knows what the future beholds. So I think he's going. Obviously he's going all out. This might be his last chance to get a championship.
Any other Boston players really stand out to you guys in this game one?
In a positive way, I think all of them. Derek White, that's another staple. You know what I mean? Just right time, right place, right pass, right move.
Just knows how to play the game.
Smart. Tatum, and I mean this in the best way. In the best way, he's an ultimate front-running player. A lot of people say that same thing about Steph Curry, but I disagree because Steph carried him for that championship against Boston. When it was going well, it made Tatum's his dunks and his offense start looking. But I thought he struggled that game. The game should have been easier for them. The game should be easier for him in general.
Right, because if your so-called supporting cast is playing well, it should open up everything for you. But let me ask you guys, like, I don't know if you heard the Jason Kidd comment.
Yeah.
Basically saying Jaylen Brown. Is that game? That's
gamesmanship. Very smart gamesmanship. You heard that one? What he said?
No.
He said that Jaylen Brown's the best player on Boston.
Oh.
And then Tatum responded.
Yeah. And he said it matter-of-factly. It wasn't like he was it didn't look like he was taking a shot at Jason Tatum. He was just
everyone should know that.
He was just like, Jaylen Brown's the best player on his team. Like he was saying that like,
That's typical kid, though. A typical kid.
Yeah,
I
felt that was gamemanship.
I like that.
That was gamemanship. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Tatum's like, nothing's going to split us up. We hear this all the time and everything like that.
Well,
I just thought that was interesting. You know what I mean? I didn't want to gloss over that.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, too. It stole my thunder.
Can I be devil's advocate right now, then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Game one is in the books. Who's been the better player?
It's Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown had the better game, definitely.
Yeah, 3 more to win, though.
Yeah.
So.
But you could make the argument, it's close. I still would say Tatum,
Yeah.
but Brown is gaining, especially after the last series.
And I was just about to ask you, for this playoff run,
right?
Who's been better?
I probably would go Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
But I think Tatum coming to the finals was
series,
averaging like 26 and 10. So it's not like Jason Tatum just being carried or stuff like that. He's played well.
And it depends on this was 82 games, and he was in the hunt for MVP.
Right.
So it's not like Jason Tatum's some slouch. He carried him there. If you want to do that whole, I'm never the whole bus driver type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to take that same analogy,
Right.
the reason why they're there in that position, best team in the league, best record in the league, is Jason Tatum.
Yeah. I'm going to use some of your argument for Kyrie. Like, hey, yeah, he might have got us there, but in the biggest moments, in the crunch time, I've been the only one that's really showed up and showed out.
I mean, it's a lot if he gets to it. I mean, the whole thing is the Holy Grail. And if Jaylen Brown is going to be the one that delivers, I don't think Jason Tatum should care because you need a chip to build up your legacy.
Yeah, I think the thing, it's more of for podcasts like this and sports talk, but at the end of the day, a championship's a championship. We could we could do the bus driver thing. You know what I mean?
And
There's context.
Have to play good in order for their team to be successful.
Trust me, you'd rather win and have this conversation than just lose. Yeah. Like that's
And I think we all agree that Boston can't win if they're not both playing good. I don't think either one of them can have a terrible game.
If
they can have an average game,
I don't know.
But with this team, I don't think either one of them can afford to have a terrible game.
I believe in Drew Holiday and Derek White. I don't know. I mean,
and
of course,
Porzingis.
Of course, it increases. I
if he's gonna play if Porzingis gonna play like this,
Yeah,
you're gonna get a
I'm
championship.
Porzingis. I'm coming over to Porzingis a little bit, but I'll be honest. I just never been big on Porzingis.
Only thing I really doubt or have reservations when it comes to Porzingis is just if he's going to be available.
He has some stinkers too.
Yeah.
I'm going off a game. I'm going off a game one. If
If
you're gonna give me that, you can wrap this up.
Yeah.
Eventually, I guess we're gonna get to Dallas.
Yeah.
But Tatum had an average game. I would say below average, and he just can't do this on this stage. So
Good segue. Whatchamacallit? Let's talk about Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
What went so wrong for them?
Oh, Kyrie didn't play good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think this is Kyrie didn't play good. He has to play better. What's it, 6 for 19?
6 for 19. Yeah.
That's not going to cut it.
It's terrible.
That's it. He's going to have to play better.
And I think he didn't need every shot to fall. It was just sometimes that they would get to 8 and 10, and he had open threes on the side that just momentum crushers for both Boston and Dallas. And Dallas bench is so live that they feed into their 5. So I think if he would have hit 1 or 2 of those, not every shot he shot in the fourth quarter, of course they would have won probably, but they got it down to 8.
Mm-hmm.
So you get it down to 5, or you got it, you get it down to 6. Boston's thinking. Boston's one of those teams that implode. So Kyrie, yeah, it was Kyrie,
and I think it was Kyrie, and also I think the role players. I think Boston Celtics role players showed up and were stars in their roles, and the Dallas Mavericks role players didn't show up. They were missing open shots. It seemed like at times, especially in that first half, that they were small on defense. I'm thinking Lively, Gafford. And, yeah, they just weren't making shots as well. And I think that also affected how their intensity on the defensive side.
I'm so biased when it comes to role players because I believe, by definition, that's just what they are. Like, I feel like they're supposed to seesaw. Like, if they're constant, then they're stars. You know what I'm saying? They're in their role. You can say, like, all right, I can guarantee Gafford is going to give me 14 and 10. He's a star. He's just that. You can plug that in. But you can't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's still kind of like the old axiom, old adage, like, role players play good at home and not on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we pay Kyrie and Luka the big bucks. That's why I said Kyrie. Like, if Washington and Gafford don't play well on the road, okay, all right, Kyrie, no, you have to play good on the road because you're a star. And that's kind of how I look at it. Now, it would be nice, of course. You want your, you want your role players to contribute, obviously, but I think Kyrie playing bad pretty much holds more weight for me as far as Dallas being unsuccessful in Game 1.
And maybe this feeds into more of what Boston did, right? But I think one of the things that was challenging for Dallas was Tatum and Brown were challenging Luka to defend and be an active participant. And I thought in previous series he was able to kind of hide away at certain points and blend into the defense more. I think Boston made a concerted effort to, single him out, put him on the island with Jaylen Brown or Tatum and make him work.
Jaylen took that challenge, which I was impressed with, and he picked him up in 20 feet. I need to check with the NBA on their rule policy because once Luka hits that top of the key for a high pick to get Jaylen Brown on the switch, that hesitation, ball in his hand, is a problem to make
Turn it over?
a decision. Yeah. And either we're going to allow that.
They don't call that.
Well, then we're going to have to start allowing that for every player because his is quite blatant. Like, it's literally underneath the ball and turn him. Not going to get on my soapbox. It's not the whole carry thing, but I think if it's that extreme, it's crazy. People looking at me now like, yo, yeah, I'm starting to see that. I'm like, yo, how did y'all miss?
I've honestly, I almost got used to it. Like I see it all the time now. I'm just like, they just don't call it. Like Mo said, they just don't call it. I see it. It's a carry.
I've resigned myself to the fact that the NBA doesn't call carry anymore. They don't call double dribble, and they don't call.
I think if John Doe does it, I think it's a part of his makeup, though. I think you take that away from Luka. I think
Hardy probably can't do that in the pick and roll.
Right. I think if you take that, you're going to take that play away. I think that's here to stay with him. I think it's
they don't call that anymore. Like I said, he's not the only one that's getting away with it.
I think the Pat Ewing 2-step into the paint for the I thought it looked good. I thought it was fine. A lot of people give me travel, but I thought it looked legit. They said they give that to him.
I think it's because of the long strides.
Right.
It looked awkward when Ewing did it.
I think it's legit.
I think it was a 2-step.
Right.
I mean, he's done it so many times. It's in my head.
But that's what we give. I don't think we'll be able to take that away from Pat the way you don't take that away from Luka. But going back, I think Jalen, I think he had 2 steals at the top of the key when they were on Island.
Mm-hmm.
Just, an attention to detail when it comes to defense, which Anthony Edwards has to take that next step for defense, you know what I mean, and prior clubs prior to this.
But also realize sometimes your best defense is offense in the sense that, hey, on the other end, they didn't let Luka catch a break. They didn't let Luka rest. Oh, you're going to have to play defense on somebody. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to
go at him.
And go at them. And that's another part of Anthony's game that's gonna have to, mature. And hey, don't let them off the hook.
That's the key too. Sometimes you gotta think like maybe we should get like their best player in foul trouble. They did with Kyrie too. Like they put Kyrie in the island. Mm-hmm. Like Kyrie is not Derek White's height. Kyrie is not. And Drew's just too physical. I've seen it. I'm like Kyrie's better. He's gonna get a steal here. No. Drew's just gonna back you down, and Drew's nice enough to finish with the left or the right. So it's kind of a bad spot for Kyrie defensive wise. I don't know. And Luka with the puppies and everything
because they have 4 perimeter players that could get a bucket. You know what I mean? Where Minnesota had 1 basically. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean not to Alexander and what you call it? I forgot the other dude's name already. Yeah, but
But I think more importantly, Boston has a game plan where they're gonna make whoever Kyrie and Luka are sticking, they're gonna give them opportunities on the offensive end and make Kyrie and Luka work.
No, I agree, but I think that's personnel.
Mm.
You do that with Boston because because of the guys you just named. Do you want Alexander and I think it's McDaniel doing that?
No, charge.
So,
we saw it.
No, it's a smart game plan by Boston. But that's because they have the personnel to do so. That's what I'm saying.
Did you see anything that Dallas did right?
Yeah. Second half.
Yeah.
They made adjustments.
They cut it down. Like I was going to turn the TV off. So they,
took 28 points.
Yeah.
And you got it to 6. It was they started playing defense. They started running more. I like it. Kyrie broke my heart that game. Because this is a whole different series in general. I might even try to say like it's almost over. Because that's how I feel about Boston Psyche outside of Drew. You take that game, you crush their soul. Now, Boston with each game will gain confidence. I think Dallas is just a confident team anyway. I think Luka is going to be there. I think Kyrie is going to be there. They feel like they're better team anyway just because of them too. So how Boston reacts with game 2, I think they need to seal the deal and grab this game 2. If not, you're going to see I need to find a name for that Dallas bench. What I can call them. Because they're probably one of the best in the league. I love the Laker bench, but Dallas, the way they just, have that adrenaline, I'm like, wow, that's a lively bench.
And before we get into game 2, I'm going to ask this question. You guys still feel comfortable with your picks?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Series?
I had Boston winning, and I picked Dallas to win. I picked Dallas to win the series, and I had Boston winning game 1. So everything's going according to plan. for me.
It's one like a 30 or 2. Like at times you want to get blown out by 30 as opposed to lose by 2.
First half of game 1
should make you paranoid and scared.
That third quarter kind of
ease you down.
Yeah, it's like okay, okay, maybe I'm not bugging. You know,
get off the ledge. Come inside.
Yeah, it's a bad first half, bro. Everything bad can happen.
I did call it in 7. You know, so they would have to lose a game or 2 here. You know, so game 2 is tonight. Still in Boston. Mm-hmm. Predictions?
I think Dallas takes this one. I think Dallas takes this one.
Give me 101-99 Dallas.
I think Dallas has to take this one.
I panics.
Bro,
dude, panics so easy, bro. It's unreal.
I said Boston wins. I'll still be okay with it. I think they can win the next 2 in Dallas. But
they protect their home court.
If they lose this, the sky's falling.
Yeah.
Give me 3-0. All right. I just think those two.
Because to your point, I think Boston is one of those teams that can get into their own heads,
right,
and can start overthinking this. Mm-hmm. But the reverse is true too. Like, hey, if they see 1 win, 2 wins, they start getting more confidence.
The front runner comment,
and which will call it. I think because of their talent, if they have that confidence,
could be a sweep.
Hey, it could be tough.
I would be on the skies falling if it was the other way around. Like, I think Dallas could come back down 2-0. Mm-hmm. I don't think Boston could come back down 2-0. You know what I mean? I just think Dallas is has more mental toughness than Boston. I just do, as a team.
And that's part of the reason why I think game 2 is almost like a must win, because you need Boston to start questioning themselves now. Okay. You know, because they you don't want them going into game 3 thinking, oh, yeah, we can crush the world, and having that type of confidence with that talented group of players.
But you got 2 players that he won overseas. This guy beat one of the all-time greatest teams in Golden State. You're not going to tell these 2 players that they cannot come back and win the series. I don't know if you can tell them that down 3-0. They literally think that they're better than anyone that you put against them. Yeah. So, and that's going to go against Jaylen Brown getting confidence, and Tatum sees it in the moment saying, I haven't been this close. I can't lose this up 2-0. Mm-hmm. So even with that, you still don't want to press. You know what I mean? So it's a weird dynamic in that whole thing. I would prefer Dallas's temperament than being up 2-0 and saying, like, those next 2 games are the hardest games to get. So we'll see.
Hey, hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think. Are you still with Dallas? Are you still with Boston after game 1? Who do you have for game 2? Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you know when the next video is coming out. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And you can hit us up directly at weneedafifth@gmail.com. Fellas, I want to get into a little WNBA.
Oh, God.
A little WNBA.
That was okay. Not oh God for the fans. That was okay. Not oh God.
I'm chipping on. I'm working on them, America. I'm working on them, WNBA. Work with me. Stewie last night was able to get a little bit of revenge for the New York Liberty and deliver the first loss of the season to the Connecticut Sun. Mm-hmm. Connecticut Sun are the number 1 team in WNBA right now. They're 9-1 record. One in the New York Liberty are number 2 in the league as well. Just to give you guys a point of reference, whatnot. I know some of us don't follow the standings that closely and whatnot. Hey, do we think that there could be a new contender outside of New York Liberty with the Connecticut Sun? They were one of the top 5 defensive teams last 3 or 4 years. They've been top 5.
I feel like they're already. Aren't they like? I thought they were the 3rd best team last year.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, in the league, I think I myself think there's only 8 teams in the thing, right? So to be 3rd best,
Not that big of a jump.
it's what big of a jump you need.
It's 12 teams in the league.
12, all right. 1/4 of it, you're in 3rd place.
But this has surprised me though. I think they were one of the 3 best, so now they're still one of the 3 best. Like I don't. By the way, though, I think this should be the story of the WNBA and not the rookie class.
That's Alyssa,
AT, like say.
Alyssa
Thomas.
Yeah. So apparently she's engaged to her teammate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's not really promoted or
on the team, but teammate. I think I don't know if that's a story that she was engaged before and then to another one, and now she's with the teammate. Now it's a story behind that, though.
Then I feel like
won't go in there.
I feel like it's not being told. I don't know.
Yeah, because it was something else, and then now she's with.
Yeah, she was with another partner.
Right.
That was on a different team.
Right.
And
okay.
whatnot.
All right. Yeah. So that is.
And that relationship and now she's in a different relationship with her teammate, and they're engaged to be married. So.
Okay. I don't feel it's being talked about much for whatever the reason.
They've talked about it in the beginning of the season, but it hasn't gotten too much traction.
Isn't it Pride Month and all of that now or something? I think so.
Yeah, I guess you're saying like they should actually either promote it.
I mean, you promote
Why
Pride
not?
Month. I don't understand why you wouldn't, but
I would say, unfortunately, in this day and age, you might actually. I don't know how much eyes they're getting now. They're sold out. To be fair, so you want more. There's a certain type of demographic that already looks down on the game, and then now you might chip into another segment, whether good or bad.
Yeah,
that might just say, all right, now you're pushing this on me, so now I might not be interested.
But yeah,
and watching it in general,
Yeah,
so they probably just stay out.
And to be fair to them, like, hey, you have some NBA players that are dating WNBA players or going out with other athletes, and they're not promoting that.
okay. No, I'm not saying they should or shouldn't. I just
Embrace
the
moment in
I
June.
feel like they embrace the whole pride thing. What says more than that than
for lack
being
of term,
engaged.
go balls in, all of it.
Yeah, so I just feel like they're tip. It seems like they're all in, but when I barely hear that story, it was like, okay, maybe they're not all in it, just dipping their toe in it. Like
Yeah, a little iffy, a little hiding. All right.
Pick a side.
I mean,
one way or the other. It's not even a side, but
it might be a marketing issue, as usual with the W.
And I'm just bringing it up. I don't know the answer to it. I
can be a plus minus. Well, I was thinking about it, but I was thinking to myself, like, get off my lawn, guy. Like, I see Caitlin Clark, and then I watch a commercial, and it's like, wait a minute. They're married, them two. Well, you kind of know that it's more of the league is a high percentage. I don't want to name a percentage, but a high percentage might be homosexual. So
and I feel like they celebrate that. You know what I mean, or celebrate the toleration of that. However you want to word it. You know what I mean. I'm trying to be as politically correct as possible, but I think that just goes along with it of what you've already been doing.
Which is crazy, and I thought about something. And please, I hope it's not a preemptive strike against the show. But is it me or the pre-game wardrobe seems to be more masculine for the ladies than it is for the men? Yeah, I mean,
know he's not going there. But are you? What did I say about the NBA? Like, hey,
that's what I'm saying.
It says a lot about the NBA.
I mean,
That
like,
says a lot about the NBA.
I'm like, are the wires crossed where if you just
That says a lot about the culture in general. Yeah, like I said, it's more. I think it's more of a cultural thing. You know, we were born where we were born, so it's slight differences where, you know, the man purse,
yeah,
the tight jeans. Right. So things are becoming a little bit more
risque.
How do I say? Unisex, I would say, right? Because it's, I mean, dudes will walk around with a Louis V
purse
bag, right? It's to me, us when we were growing up, it's a purse, but once a guy wears it, it's a bag. You know what I mean? Or
they have clutches,
or a pouch, or a clutch.
A clutch,
right?
A carrying bag to me is pause if it's designed like.
So fashion isn't so black and white anymore. And that's what I'm saying. When you talk about the tight pants or the clutch or I don't know what a guy would call it. You know, next time I see someone, I like say, hey, what is that? I don't know.
I'm in my bag. You just don't know what bag it is.
Right. So that's the point that I didn't think of, Hill. But
it's so weird.
It's odd, and I've noticed it a long time. You know,
men have belly shirts, so you want to see the women's. But unless some really want to show off their figure, Asia shows it off. Angel Reese, Caitlin tries.
In football players used to wear like cutoffs, like you said, the mid.
Right.
Just not my thing personally, but
Zeke Elliott, our pass offers, like, yeah. But I'm looking, I'm like, she has a baseball hat, she has a jersey, and some jeans. I'm like, yeah. And then people saying like, yeah, they really trying to look like men. Hold on. Have you seen the men that come to, I mean, Tyrese Halliburton, he gives you like a black cloak. Some paint their nails, dresses. Like, it's wild out there.
Yeah. Because I could think of a couple of Westbrook outfits that were out there.
My man Shay shocks me. I'm like, yo, Shay. Ant's the only one I'm saying it's like your aunt's coming to a game. Like he's like
sweats and flip-flops.
Sweats.
Hill just woke up Central Ave.
That's it.
That's Hill Central Ave gear. Like I just woke up. All right, let's go. I'm ready.
That's it. Kevin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, KD. I mean, you know, yeah. That's a thing.
It is.
That's a thing.
All from LeBron James to Steph Curry, they've had risky, high fat. You know, their wives are all dabbling into certain things, and I guess they're promoting some of their lines and their brands. We have daughters. You have nieces. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you can put that on them, and we'll see it because who you are.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know,
it could be that
it's just for promoting the game though. Like when the guys do it, I think it became a thing on social media. We see what they come into. Devin Booker even pulls up in the old school. Like it's almost like the car is bigger than the outfit.
Right.
You know, you got ladies like Cameron Brink who dress more feminine now. Angel, you know, to really, you know, it was very interesting. She brought up a point, like, since she was a little girl, her grandmother really made her dress real feminine, for whatever the reason. So that's because she was like, that's how she was raised to dress this way. So it's like, it's her. It's a natural thing. It's not like I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. You know, you respect it. I think either way, I think people have a right to dress however they want, but it is a little different,
right? Especially
on the men's side, it is a little different.
And for women, when you look at the women that's even dressed in feminine garb, you see a little uncomfortability inside these outfits, but it's conditioning. Like, I mean, not for them, for us. And for me, it looks like, wow, they have so much muscle and everything. Like, they're athletes. So they have a weightlifting, like I said, regimen. They're conditioning, so they're going to have stronger leg muscles, stronger shoulder muscles, and then they still are women. So it's like, I'm getting to this outfit. That's a you thing. That's a me thing. It's all a me thing, not them. I don't.
Yeah, you know, I just think as long as they're comfortable. I remember watching. It was like one of those 30 for 30s about the '96, I believe, women's Olympic team.
Okay.
And you know, they're promoting the women's game. They're going shopping. You know, Lisa Leslie, who's more feminine, I would say,
right?
Of a dresser or whatever. and she's going to Dawn Staley. It's like, oh, try this on, and Dawn Staley is like, yuck.
Get that away from me, right?
You know what I mean?
Get that away from me.
Because that's just not her style. It's not if it. I'm not saying it's good or bad. That she's just looking like that's not my style to get dolled up in a dress, whatever. You see her like her swag is incredible. Like you know what I mean? Full disclosure, I love Dawn Staley.
Yeah.
But we all love Dawn Staley. But
Virginia, I thought she was cute as I don't know what.
Yeah, I think Dawn Staley's beautiful.
Yeah.
With all due respect, I just think Dawn Staley is just a beautiful human being.
Right.
Looks inside, outside.
Right.
I love Dawn Staley.
Definitely.
But she could dress. To me, in my personal opinion, she could. She's Dawn Staley's fly as anybody, right?
Yes, her swag.
So, so I think it's more. It's multiple ways you could dress fly. You know what I mean? But sometimes, and again, it's just my opinion. Sometimes I think you could tell okay, somebody told you to put that on. You're not fly. You know what I mean? It looks,
or you're not comfortable.
Yeah, it looks dumb. Somebody put that on you. You're a man. You're a mannequin. That's really not your style. You're a mannequin.
And this is a great segment because it led to me to think about something else. Stern had an issue with some of the attire, mainly out of opposite. Sweatsuits, joggers, chains. Wasn't going to do it. I need you guys in suits. And it was to be more presentable to corporate America. It is what it is. He didn't. One thing about Stern is that he didn't hide or anything of that nature. It's the bottom line. I need you out of it. Silver is more so the player. If you look at the 96 draft and the drafts before them, all right, they had bad tailored suits. I give you that. But you had jeans, bag jeans, jerseys, hats, fitted hats. You're coming through. When did because that 96 dress code where everybody was in that, it seemed to feel like, all right, what am I looking at from a corporate America standpoint? Like, that looks aggressive. That looks crazy. Those millionaires are going to come in my house and burglarize my house, which is never the case, but just the perception. So Stern went. When did it feel to be at where we are now in 2024, where you have the emasculation to me of these guys coming to the high fashion, but it seems like more, and Hollywood even so too. But I'm going to stick to the NBA. It seems like it's more, I feel much better as a black male in a dress or having your fingernails painted so I can accept you. And like, why is it not? You know what I mean? Like, it just seems weird. That 96 guy was like thug. Iverson was thug. Try having a regular person get into Georgetown. Just try. Not an easy school to get into. And I mean, they love him now, but that again, to me, that's a us problem. Not on him. The guy is a little gentle guy. He's always been that. People just didn't understand where he come from. We have upbringings. But if you turn on the TV now, you see it as like, it's a clown show. Like, let me turn this off. That's what I'm saying. Like, get to the game. It's a clown show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even thinking about how are they even able to perform if they coming out with this craziness. But like you said, it's acceptable though.
But I think that coincides with the change in the culture, and in particular, like, hey, you take it out to the macro to American culture. Hey, in '96, internet just coming alive. You know what I mean? We're just starting to realize what it is and starting to get into it, stuff like that. Now, fast forward to 2024. Hey, and 96, and then just coming alive, just starting to realize its potential. Corporate America is still dealing with 80s sensibilities as far as our image and how we market.
Right.
Fast forward now to 2024. Internet is more a viable entity. We've also gotten to see how the individual and marketplaces like Instagram, Facebook could increase marketing potential of certain brands and stuff like that just by allowing them to be them. And I think Silver has leaned into that.
Individualism.
As
opposed to being a big brother.
I think corporate America it has no problems with it now as far as the individualism. And you see, hey, corporate America reaching out to influencers on Instagram and stuff like that. Because you have a culture like that, allows the NBA to, deal with their dress code the way they've dealt with it and how it's evolved from what we saw in '96 to what it is now.
Which is the ironic thing about it now. If you want to be different, wear a suit. If you want to stand out, you know what I mean. If you want to get oohs and ahs, wear a suit.
But I looked at anything else. To me, I was like, both sides. I played both sides of the pendulum. I looked and I said, yeah, that's what I want a basketball player to look like. But then I said to myself, like, something wrong here? Like, he's coming in, he's not in a clown outfit? Like, what's going on? But again, that's me. When was that though? And I want to harp on it like that.
Put a date on
that
it.
shift to where it was like high fashion. When did that happen?
I can't put a date on it. I would say it would have to be at least 2010s.
Yeah,
and that somewhere around there. I don't know exactly when. I couldn't give you a year, but like in the 2000s, I think dudes were still wearing. They weren't really suited and booted, but you come to a t-shirt, a chain, some jeans.
Did Rodman kick the door open?
Oh, without question.
That was it.
I think
Westbrook dress.
Fashion wise, well, I think that's a grandchild of Rodman. But I think Dennis Rodman and Allen Iverson are the biggest influence in fashion.
I couldn't agree more.
In the NBA. I don't think it's close to the cornrows, to the dress. I mean, the style of dress and the actual wedding dress that
Baggy
Dennis Rodman
jeans,
wore,
sleeve,
and the tattoos. Dennis Rodman and Allen Iverson, they birthed pretty much the free expression that NBA players use now. I think maybe it spiraled out of control a little bit. But it's all subjective. Like personally, I think most of them can't dress, but that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion.
But most of them have that feeling that you were talking about earlier, where you feel like that's not your style. Somebody put that on.
I would hope so, because
maybe that's it. Then.
Like
maybe that could be.
We're more in that '96 group. So when we were in, I didn't even say high school, from kindergarten to like college, we would flame these dudes.
Facts.
Like, yo, what are you wearing? Yo, your lights got cut off? Because you must have got dressed without any, you didn't know what you was putting on. Like that type. Like we would literally flame people. Right. Like, we from the same neighborhood. You can't come outside looking crazy. Like, you just
agreed.
Agreed. Can't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, man. I'm a little biased to my neighborhood, but like all the people from my neighborhood,
shout out to Hood.
We fly dudes.
Shout out to
tell
Hood.
you, like, because we had to. Because if you're not, we're flaming you. Like, that's just what it is.
And I'm thinking, P, that could be a good point. Maybe it was just levels to this, and was like, dude, what you got on? And it's like, I don't know. It's whatever my stylist pick out. And it's like, what? I think that could have been maybe one thing. It's like it's levels to fluency, and it's like I don't even get to pick out clothes anymore because I don't have time. I need a stylist, and maybe it was I need a stylist. Like I don't have it, and then whatever they're doing is coming to the thing. Is I think that's where it started to take off. Where people in general had taste, where you say like, I'm gonna go to the store, I could put things together, and people can't put things together. So it's like, all right, whatever stylist, but. That's wild.
Yeah, like you could go to like a club or a baby show, wherever, right? You'll see someone who has like, I don't want to start like naming brands because they don't pay us, but brand name things. Mm-hmm. You're like, ugh. It could be really expensive. You know what I mean? But you're like,
just has to put together.
Yeah. You could have went to the Ave and I could have came up better than that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, again, I feel like dudes can't dress. I don't know.
So you get a stylist. So then,
but to me, the stylist isn't good. So that's the problem. Like,
right, and it's like,
man, and I just think that a lot of people, to your point, are getting bad stylists and
Or getting a stylist. I mean, but then it's nothing wrong with having a stylist, but no is still in the vocabulary though. Like I'm not wearing that.
Yeah, see, personally, if I had a stylist, I would like bring me what you got, and then I'll choose what I'm gonna put on my body.
Right.
And if it's nothing that I like, all right, go back to the drawing board. Bring me another, like, you know what I mean? I'm not wearing that. What do you mean? What do you mean it goes with my nails? My nails are see-through. I'm not painting my nails to match to my clothes. What are we talking about here?
You might want to wear a loop. Not happening, bro. It's not happening. You might want to wear, and then on a big and it's head to toe.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like
big
you
shoe.
Said, it's a, like you said, it's a cultural thing. You know what I mean? It's gradual, right? Like even the suits, you know, got tighter. It's like, okay, this is European cut.
Mm-hmm.
So it's European cut, but it became very prevalent in America. Mm-hmm. So now tight suits are pretty much acceptable. No, I'm not saying you got to beat Steve Harvey with it, but you know, got to be like, you know.
Yeah. Wow. Hey. Wow, I didn't see us going there.
No, it's just it's a weird place to go, but I thought about it when I saw the ladies coming out, and I'm like, it's only 2 teams that are playing. They keep coming out. I was like, you know what? They look more masculine than the dudes coming out here. This is crazy right here, and that's a loss on both ends. It's a loss on both ends. But that goes to peace thing. Like, if you're subconsciously pushing this, because that's what it is. Because if, for all accounts for me, give me the pregame, cut to the game. They're making it part of their ritual on these networks to show you what they're wearing coming to the games. Get them on the court in jerseys where I can say, all right, let them play. I don't even see when you give me the pregame, you give me something like this to talk about. So it's like,
it's part of the game.
Yeah.
So although we didn't plan on going here, we're talking about basketball. That's part of the culture of basketball.
Coming off
right
the
now.
bus, you're like, it's crazy.
And maybe I'll try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's a age thing for us. Maybe. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I don't think none of us had a problem when we see AI stuff. Like, yeah, you know, I would have wore that too.
He's the only one. But during that time, it was like, nah, it's AI. You know what I'm saying? But everyone had suits. Mm-hmm. I don't think AI felt comfortable in a suit. Like, Jordan was tailored to the T. Pippen, everyone, Horace, everyone came up with a suit. So I was like, you know, it's business attire, business status quo. Yeah, it kind of seemed a little uncouth coming off anyway with any other type. When guys started to wear jeans and stuff.
Besides Steph and AI, other dudes started doing it, and it looked a little weird.
Jordan did it look weird one time.
Right.
He had jeans
like,
on. I'm like,
I
was like, Jordan, wears suit everywhere,
yeah,
bro.
Jordan, nobody wears your actual Jordan gear.
Right.
My
and no one tucks it in either.
Time. My idol. I love Michael Jordan.
And he tucked it in.
But no one's like dressing up and all. I mean, sweats and everything, yes. But no one's really buying Jordan gear and say, yo, I'm fly today. No one's doing that.
Why do you tuck?
Sneakers, we good. We good money. But, yeah. Besides AI and Marbury, everybody should have been wearing suits.
Tucked in, loop earring. Jordan said, I'm killing it.
Yeah. Like that. Wear a suit. Sometimes a suit could save you some problems in NBA plays, to be honest with you. If you wear a suit, you know, that's when you get a stylist. Get a tailor, get a nice suit.
Yeah.
You really can't go wrong.
No.
You really can't wrong.
No.
Ladies love it, too. Ladies, you clean up nice.
Yeah.
Ladies like suits. You know what I'm saying? So I seen Joker, Luka pulled up with a suit a couple of times. You can't really go wrong.
Classy.
What you guys are doing, you could go wrong. You could go very wrong.
Wow. In these streets is wild.
It's wild.
Hey, hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think. What do you guys think about the wardrobe of the NBA and the WNBA? Give us your thoughts. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you know when the next video is coming out. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast where we listen to your podcast. And you can hit us up directly at weneedafifth@gmail.com. I want to continue a little bit more with the WNBA fellas before we get out of here. Diana Taurasi I think she became the oldest player to score over 30 points in NBA or WNBA history. I think she's 41 years and 357 days old. She broke her previous record of 41 years and 57 days old. So, big shout out.
Shout out to Diana. Yeah. Competitive or dirty? I just want to know about
I want to shout out Diana Taurasi. Bear with me. She's kind of a jerk.
That plays into this.
But I love it. I love it. She's unapologetically who she is, right. And I love that about her. She's a great basketball player, by the way. Obviously, which helps.
Yeah,
I really love Diana Taurasi, and I see what you're doing too. I believe she's the all-time leading scorer in WNBA history. Yeah. She's trying to put this bad boy out of reach. Mm-hmm. She's trying to put it out of reach. Like when you do the WNBA GOAT conversation, she has to be in it.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
She has to
make sure of it too. Right? She got the hardware.
Cooper got the 4 chips. She got the points. I think those two will always have to be in it.
With hardware, too.
With hardware, right? So. Right. Taurasi, if she wasn't leading scorer, she'll be in the conversation. Mm-hmm. But I see what you're doing, Diana.
And I was thinking about that, too. It's how we all link in. Mm-hmm. Competitive or dirty? Or both?
I think all of the above.
I think it's more competitive. I think it's competitive. But it could get dirty.
It could get dirty.
I think she's so competitive that she doesn't mind crossing that line.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in the name of winning.
Because that foul she did on Kelsey Plum was like, I did it, and?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Right, get up.
I think she's of the, like a lot of players say they got that Mamba mentality, but I think she's of that ilk. Like, hey, where Kobe and Mike, they don't care if, they lose you as friends. Whatever they got to do to get better or to win the competition, they're going to do. If they got to punch you in the face, okay, punch you in the face. If they got to, a la Kobe Bryant in the Olympics, I'm going to run through my teammates, LA Lakers teammates' chest because I want to send a message in the Olympics. Okay, that's what it's going to be. Dirty play. It was not a basketball play, and he just ran through Pau Gasol's chest. You know what I mean? Like, she's of that ilk where
her talent seems to be timeless, though. Like, whatever she did in Connecticut, I feel like she can do right now, just not with the same speed.
Yeah, which is so odd. I just think, we talk all the time about Caitlin Clark, Paige, Juju. She's the prequel. Right, she got the handle. She could shoot it from the outside. She could play make. She's just skilled.
Bulldog underneath, and it hasn't changed from watching her. I mean, I saw her the other night for a quick glance. Still have it where she was just spun off full speed and went off the glass. Drop up a dime. I was like, she hasn't changed
because the fundamentals were strong.
Yeah,
like hey,
before the time's there though. Mm-hmm. Before the time's there, I guess it slowed it down, but skill wise, she's still with them.
Yeah,
and competitive too. Yeah. So, shout out to Diana.
Absolutely,
definitely. And before we get off the WNBA train, A'ja Wilson, I think
35, some crazy stat, right?
Yes, 35. He's averaging a double-double, basically. Averaging over 30 points, 10 boards a game.
And they're looking for someone to lead the WNBA.
Yeah.
They're searching for someone?
They're hoping that the young lady will take over. But I get it, though. I totally get it. I mean,
they're looking for a great player to promote in the WNBA. I don't know how they don't see A'ja Wilson.
You might have a better marketing plan if you actually make Caitlin the villain as opposed to the victim, because she has some dog in her and some grit, some dirty play.
I'm looking. This might be a Vince Carter situation, bro. It's only a matter of time till they're gonna get off of this boat.
What's gonna have to show and prove? That's why.
Yeah. And Vince Carter, Hall of Fame career apparently, but I think.
No Hall of Fame.
They're gonna have. they're going to go somewhere else. Like Vince Carter was going to be next. Then it was like, okay, this might not be the best situation. We might have to go somewhere else. But we'll see.
Yeah, unless he gets an addition. Unless somehow, some weird way that the Indiana Pacers don't get Pat Ewing. Like, do they get Juju? Do they get Page?
I think then they'll take over as the face. Like, yeah.
Goes to Indiana Fever.
WNBA they'll have some stones if they do that. 3 years in a row. We're okay with 2 years in a row. Orlando Magic, Penny and Shaq.
Yeah.
We'll overlook that.
Philadelphia, they had it like 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Markel.
Yeah. Ben and Embiid. Those are 3 straight
That's
years.
management right there.
Process.
Though. That's management right there.
They call it the process.
No, but yeah. But
EB, where are you? Elton Brand.
All right, fellas. About to get out of here. What's on the radar, man?
Bounce back tonight. Locked and loaded. This has been a successful season for the NBA. And just culminating into this final 6 games, just making it, keep it exciting as possible. And right now, I want Dallas to win, but I'm just still banking on just a good series. You give me that, I think we all win.
On the radar, Jarrett Cole on his way back for the Yankees.
As if they need more.
Against the Dodgers, they do. They're looking at a sweep against the Dodgers. Lost Friday, lost last night. Hernandez, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. No Soto though. No Soto.
That means everything.
No Soto. But it was on my radar. This baseball, this is what you need. Y'all need the Dodgers and the Yankees in the World Series.
Period.
I'm locked in. Like this is the most I've watched baseball like in 5 to 10 years.
Can they keep Soto?
They got to. It's not. You have to. You have to. Him and Judge. Besides Ohtani and Mookie, you're not going to find a better 1-2 punch in Major League Baseball. But Dodgers Yankees. I'm there tonight. NBA Finals. Dodgers Yankees. That's when I know I'm back in baseball. Because I might be going back and forth.
I'm interested in that Dodgers Yankees series.
Nice.
In the finals. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Want to see what Dallas, what adjustments they make. Want to see if Boston can keep up the pressure, and how healthy is Porzingis. Was that game 1 adrenaline rush that we saw, or was that something that's sustainable and that could be consistently delivered? So
quietly, I think there's a man in L.A. hoping that Boston wins this series. That'll bring his legacy down a little bit more, too.
Right. Yeah. I want Kyrie to win anyway because I feel like everybody has to apologize or whatever, like, for someone who didn't win out the league. I want him, if Boston does win, I want Jaylen Brown. I just feel like they're kind of like, Kyrie and Jaylen Brown are like anti-establishment. As close as you can get to it. Kind of room for chaos.
I just don't want that city to win a championship.
Yeah, I don't like shout out my man Ralph. I still don't like the city.
XL, the rapper, I mess with a couple of people. But
as a whole, in no sport.
None, 0.
All right. Hey, to all our fifths out there, stay safe. That's another one in the books.
Peace.
Peace.